Hello students, welcome back to Nisha Academy Maths video lecture. As we have completed our chapter 1, we would be now starting with our third chapter, data handling, which is quite easy and small. You will easily understand this chapter as you understood the first chapter. So we'll start with it. In today's video lecture, we would be covering following points: introduction to data handling, collection of data, organization of data, range, measures of central tendency, and related examples. So first of all, introduction to data handling. What do you mean by data? Data is something, information you are collecting of a particular subject or a topic. So for example, you want to know the marks of English of all the class. So you will collect all the marks of all the students. That all the marks is called data. In mathematical words, it is called data. The collection, recording, and presentation of data help us to organize our experiences and draw inferences from them. That means when you collect data, you record them like in a tabular form and represent them graphically, or you calculate various analysis from that. This all thing is useful when data is collected properly, and this helps us to know, like I'll collect all the marks, I'll come to know who scored the highest, who scored the lowest, who has improved the performance. I can compare the marks also. So that is all related to data handling. Now for drawing out inferences, that is to analyze the data, first you need to collect the data. So what is collection of data? Thus just gathering all the information you required. Like I require marks, so I will collect marks of all the students. Now for collection of data, you should know what type of data you require. Now I want marks. If I say I want marks of all the students, but which subject marks and which exam marks? So you should be clear that which marks you are requiring. I require marks of suppose first exam of English subject. So I know what I wanted, and why do I want it? Why? Because I need some analysis to be done of the data. So I am collecting the data. So you should know the purpose of the data. Unless you collect appropriate data, you cannot know the desired information. Now as I say, I want English marks, but the data I said give me the marks of all the students, then they will give you all the marks. Now how will you sort out, how will you gather the marks of information? So that is what, while collection of data, you should know which data you require and why do you require the data. Now once the data is collected, you need to organize the data. Like they will give you just the data 20, 30, 40, like this you will get all the data, but whose marks is 20, who scored 50 marks, you don't know that. For that you need to organize the data. Now how will you organize the data? You can either organize it, the best way to organize any data is in a tabular form, that is form a table and organize your data. It is whether you are organizing it name wise, roll number wise, it is upon you. Okay, how do you want it to make it easily understandable to the others and to you? For example, we can represent marks of. Now, which data can you represent it in tabular form? Like we can represent marks of student, index in the notebook, progress report. All this you can report it in tabular form. Now this is just related to school. You can record temperature also. There are various things which can be tabulated, and organization of data is best if you tabulate it. Now next is measures of central tendency. Now what do you mean by, see, you have collected all the data, you have organized in a table, but why do you do this much? Why? Because you want something from the data, you want to calculate something from the data, or you want to represent or analyze something. So that all is done by measures of central tendency. To find the representative values of the group of data collected, we use measures of central tendency. Now, as you have collected marks of all the students, now you will analyze it. You need to find average student marks. What is the average marks of the students? What average mark has been scored by the student in the class? Suppose everyone has 20, 25. So to find, they are called measures of central tendency. So like you have called average marks like 20, 25, 30. Out of 50 they have scored this much. But what is the average mark? Means everyone it has a what is the average marks among all the students? That is measure of central tendency. You need to know the range, that is from highest to the lowest, who has scored the highest and who has scored the lowest, and what is the difference between them, what is the gap between them. So that is all measures of central tendency. There are main three measures, but range is also included in measures of central tendency. You can see here there are four: range, mean, median and mode. Now, what do you mean by range? Range is the difference between the highest observation and the lowest observation. Means what data you have collected, they are also called observations. Now, range will make you study that the difference between what highest and the lowest observation. From range, you come to know that how much observation is spread. What is the gap between its highest and the lowest point? You can see, for example, the observations are given 32, 45, 12, 15, 85, 17, 10 and 74. So these are all observation. Now in this, which one is the highest number? 85, and lowest is 10. So range will be 85 minus 10, which is equals to 75. So what is the range of this observation? 75. Next is arithmetic mean. This is the main measure of central tendency and very commonly used. It is also called simple mean or average. The mean is nothing but the calculation of average. Now what do you mean by mean? Mean is defined as the average of sum of all observation to the total number of observation. Means whichever observations you have collected, you have to add them and divide them to the number of observations. Now I have given you here the example. The runs scored by a batsman are as follows: 36, 35, 50, 46, 60 and 55. So to find mean, first you need to add them. That is, sum of all observation will be 36 plus 35 plus 50 plus 46 plus 60 plus 55. How many observations are there? 6. So divide by 6. So it will be 282 upon 6, which is equals to 47. So what is the mean score scored by the batsman? That is 47 runs. This is what is called arithmetic mean or simple mean. Mean is calculation of average. First you have to add all the observation and divide it with the number of observations. Now our next topic is median. This is also one of the measures of central tendency. Now in the group of all observation, median gives us the middle observation. Means which is in the middle of the observation, middle of the data. Median refers to the value which lies in the middle of the data, arranged in ascending order with half of the observation above it and the other half below it. Means to find median, first we need to arrange the observation in ascending order. Ascending order means smaller to bigger. And then you can calculate the median, which will give you the middle number, middle observation. So half of the observation will be above median and half will be below median. Now what is the formula of median? As in the mean, the formula was sum of all observation divided by total number of observation. Same way in median it is n plus 1 upon tooth observation. What do you mean by n? N means number of observations. Now it will be clear to you with the example. 35, 32, 35, 42, 38, 32 and 34. These are the observation. Firstly, you need to arrange it in ascending order. To find median, first arrange it in ascending order. It will be 32, 32, 34, 35, 35, 38 and 42. So there are how many observations? 7 observations. If you count them, there are 7 observations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 observations. So it will be 7 plus 1 upon 2, which is equals to 8 upon 2, which is equals to 4th observation. Now in the data you have to see which is the 4th observation. First, second, third and 4th. So your 4th observation is 35. So median will be 35. Now you can see here there are 3 numbers which are less than median and 3 numbers more than median. So you have got the middle number and that is your median. Our next topic, next measure of central tendency is mode, which is very simple. You just need to remember that the mode of a set of observation is the observation that occurs most often. Means the observation which repeats maximum time, that is your mode. See here you can see 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 4. So these are all observations given to you. Same way like median, first arrange them in ascending order. See I have here arranged it in ascending order. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4. Now which number is being repeated maximum time? That is 2. Here 1 is repeated 3 times, 2 is repeated 4 times and 4 is being repeated 2 times. 2 is being repeated maximum time. So mode will be 2. Now this mode is easy for data which is not so large. Some data are only given. But if the data is very large, like here see, there are so many data, then how will you arrange them and find the median mode? It will be very tough. For that, you need to form a table like this. Now, whichever numbers are here represented, mention here and form a table. Now, how will you form the table? By telemark system. We have already studied telemark system in your previous classes. Again, I will repeat here so that it is clear to you. So, telemark system means as the number repeats, you have to draw the line. After 4 line, 5th observation will be a slanting line, that is your telemarks. And when you will count this, you'll come to know the frequency. Like in this example, there are 6 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And so one number is being repeated how many times? One number is being repeated 9 times. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Same way 2 is repeated 14 times, 3 7 times, 4 5 times, 5 3 times and 2 6 2 times. Now you need to calculate this all frequency. The total should match with this numbers of observation. So you will come to know that you have not missed any observation. Now which number has highest frequency? 14 is highest frequency. Which has it? 2. So your mode will be 2. So 2 number is being repeated maximum number of time, that is 14 times. So the mode will be 2. So now we'll look out to some examples. This much was your central tendency part, and now sums will be related to it. Now these sums are related to your exercise. So I have taken one example from the exercise. Next you will solve the exercise by your own. The question is, the rainfall in the city on 7 days of a certain week are recorded. Means they have recorded rainfall of whole week in a tabular form. Now you have to find the range of the rainfall. Now we know range means highest minus lowest. Which observation is highest? 20.5 and lowest is 0.0. So 20.5 minus 0.0 will give you 20.5. So your range is 20.5. Now find the mean rainfall. Mean, you have to find the mean. Means, what is the formula of mean? Sum of all observation upon number of observation. So you have to add all the observation, write all observation and then add. So you'll write all the observation, divide by, so how many observations are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So divide by 7. So it will be 41 upon 41.3 upon 7, which is equals to 5.9. So what is your mean? 5.9. Now, on how many days was the rainfall less than the mean rainfall? Now, what is your mean? 5.9. So you have to look at the data that which observation is less than 5.9. 0.0, so it will be 1. 2.1 also, so 1, 2, 3. 5.5 is also less than 5.9, so 4, and 1.0. So how many days have less rainfall? There are 5 days who have less rainfall. Which one? Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. Now, the score in the mathematics test out of 25 or 15 students is as follows. These are some marks of scores of mathematics test. You have to find mode and median of the data. Now, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So n will be 15. To find median and mode, first you have to arrange them in ascending order. I have already arranged it. Now to find median, what is the formula? N plus 1 upon 2th observation, which will be 15 plus 1 upon 2, 16 upon 2, which is equals to 16 upon 2, which is equal to 8th observation. Sorry, it has moved somewhat. So 8th observation. Now count here. Which is the 8th observation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what is your median? 20. Now mode. Mode means whichever number repeats maximum times. Here it is clear from the observation that 20 is being repeated 4 times. That is maximum times. So mode will be 20. Now the question is, are they same? Yes, median and mode both are same. So we can say yes, median and mode are same. So this were the example and the first part of your chapter. Now you have to solve your exercise. Thank you. See you soon in the next lecture.